What? I'm almost ready. God damn it. Shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. Can't leave.
Hey.
I got a show to... What? What do you... What? God, you were like a siren in my ear. What do you want fucking now? I'm just pressing go. I don't care. Got no love for me. Okay. Oh my God. Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Dónde está amigo? And amigo S's for the chicks in the audience. Yeah, it looks like the PodTrack's moving up and down. Streamlabs moving side to side. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. And what a perfectly glorious picture. We're working on the lighting on that. See, my face has color, but my hands are white. If my hands go out here, they're still white. But the hands come back here, they're still white. I don't know why. It's not wearing any makeup. No makeup, none at all. 0, 0, 0. This is all natural handsomeness coming through. All right. It is, we got to start the thing. We got to start by drinking. We have to drink, which means you have to drink. I have to drink and lie. You have to drink and believe it. And we start the same off every day. You know what? I don't have a mouse pad. So this glossy underneath here is just making the mouse, which is going to get increasingly more difficult the more I drink tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to the jury that this is the fault of one Gen X mom. Yeah, the show prep stuff. Uh-oh. They could cancel. What the fuck is going on? I don't want delete. I want open. Open sesame. There we go. The Sun Valley Fox is $1.2 million views surrounding the mountains at South Lake Tahoe. And we can see he's drinking. I'm drinking. Mine's a little less expensive. I have refrigerated Hawaiian water tonight. And he has Pendleton. He'll drink his. I'll drink mine. And you will drink yours. We'll raise it right now. We'll kick this pig.
We have a birthday we're celebrating tonight. Hello, everyone.
We do.
It is Big Dog Steve.
Big Dog Steve.
57 and Ravens today.
Guess who's not going to be on camera tonight?
Me.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think you guys all know what guy cannot control this mouse without a mouse pad. God, it's terrible. And to be fair, I'm not putting on camera tonight. One word. Medusa.
Oh, yeah.
Medusa. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, remember how we looked at Medusa? Little mechanical owl that floated around, and what was his name? Peter Hamilton, or Hamilton, what was his name? And then the metal owl that looked like a clock that flew around.
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that movie. I know what
Ravens says
turned stone.
Ravens is saying, I'm saving birthday cookies for you, General.
Well, thank you. I'd love some birthday cookies. Are they special birthday cookies, or are they just regular birthday cookies? Only time will tell, but back to why she's not on camera. Yeah. I don't want her turning all of our expensive equipment that we just bought to stone. No. There's this, you turn everything to rubbish right off the bat. So just, you know what? Close your eyes. Imagine, you know what she looks like. We can get over it. We can get past it. Not turn on the camera. Not going to do it. All right. Anything else you want to say before we get going here?
Oh, you're back to me?
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back to you, honey. Go ahead. They're just going to have to trust me you're here.
Yeah. Shy gifted 5 memberships right off the bat on YouTube tonight.
Far out. Thank you, Shy. Appreciate that.
And TDP is saying you can borrow his mouse pad for free, the real big one.
I don't know where it went. And
I know where it is.
It wouldn't. We'd have to cut it up because I need a piece about this big.
No. You do not cut it.
I just need a piece this big.
You're not allowed.
Well, this is going to be a
Danny
long
H.
goddamn night. Yeah.
Danny H on YouTube gave $2. Happy early birthday to my beautiful wife.
Yeah, happy birthday to Sahara, and Danny just needs to shut up tonight.
You can rip it up for a fee.
Do you see in my face? Danny H needs to shut the fuck up tonight.
Wow.
Do you see how serious I am when I'm looking at you like that?
What did he do to you?
Let me try it on Danny. Danny, shut the fuck up tonight. Because, Scott Royston sent me a little thing that said that, they're putting Aunt Jemima back on the syrup bottles. So I did a little segment last time on Saturday. We had a little show, a little Bottom of the Glass Nation show, just like we're doing here. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. We drink till we get to the truth, and we tell the truth. Got a lot of truth going on. And we talked about how the woke mob, the woke mafia, took away Aunt Jemima, Land O'Lakes Indians, stuff like that. And then Scott Royston sent me a little thing, and it says that they're going to bring back Aunt Jemima. Now, Danny H promptly chimes in, it's a hoax. It's all fake. We're not getting Aunt Jemima back. Well, number one, that hurts my feelings. Because I think it's bullshit. Anything that was destroyed because the woke mob ought to just come right back on default. We ought to just have a reset button and it comes back. That's how I feel. And secondly, what Danny's saying is he's saying effectively, Scott Royston does not do his homework. He does not do his research. He promotes propaganda and lies. Lies. That's what I hear Danny is saying.
Hey, just so you know, Jason Ray says Aunt Jemima is his kitchen wench.
She'd be mine too if she was still in the box. She's great. She's absolutely great. I miss Aunt Jemima so much. How come we didn't get rid of Mrs. Butterworth? Is it because we couldn't tell what race she was? Because Mrs. Butterworth got to stay. Or did they just say, yeah, we'd get rid of her too, but our bottles are shaped like her, so we could change a sticker, but we can't change the bottle, so you're going to have to skip over us and just go after Aunt Jemima. Is that what they're saying? Because no one ever even asked me about it one way or the other. I don't know. When I tell you, you look around at things that are going on, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, my fine feathered friends. Let's not forget that's a true story. It's a story anyway. All right, so here's something. I had to call your brother on this because this came across my newsfeed today. We are in the drag and drop section of the program, but thankfully to your gifted and talented trained broadcast professional, no dragging, no dropping, just clicking and moving on. Okay. I had to call your brother, your older, wiser brother, the Sun Valley Fox, on this one because it came across my screen. Playboy had a record label back in the day. I didn't know they promoted like Artista and EMI.
I thought you were going to say Playboy's coming back to magazine, which they are.
I didn't know. How would you know that?
Because it came across my show that I watched.
How do you know?
Greg told me.
Oh, Greg told you?
Yeah,
I haven't talked to Greg yet.
Greg told me.
Okay. So Playboy magazine had its own record company in the 70s. This disc, Fallen in Love by Hamilton, Joe, and Frank and Reynolds, was their only #1 hit. I didn't think that was a real thing. I thought this was a gag. So, of course, I called the Sun Valley Fox and I said, hey, man, is this true? Was this a real thing in the 70s? Because he was a product of the 70s. And he got mad. He got upset. He goes, I went down and I bought a few of those records and I went home and went in my room and played them. There's just music on them, just people singing and stuff. I said, well, yeah, it's a music record. He goes, well, it's not what I thought. It's a stupid thing. They never bought another one, so he threw them out. I think he's got them anymore. It was to him when he bought the Playboy 45. He's very disappointed. I was a very disappointed young man. I'm just saying, I don't know we didn't really get into it, but he was aware of it. Just thought I'd tell you about that.
So can we have a discussion about the Playboy magazine for a second?
Are you ready to be on camera? Because now you look a little, you sure? Because
I don't feel it.
You have that freshly tossed around in bed look.
No.
Okay, go ahead. What is our discussion?
Why would Playboy be bringing back physical magazine when there's the internet?
I don't. It's an attempt of if you're telling the truth.
I am.
Then that's just an attempt. Like, why bring back vinyl records? You can just download it on there. Why bring back a vinyl record? Vinyl to me has more character. Maybe magazines have more character. So many magazines have gone under in the past 15 years. They're just you can't sustain them. You can't sustain them with advertising. They're too hard to print. I mean, it's too much.
Danny H goes, it's all about the articles, just the articles.
Yeah,
the crossword puzzle in the back.
Yeah, that's that's I still subscribe to monthly Granny on Granny. But which has excellent articles and great crossword puzzles, and the advertisements in the back are not too bad either.
John Morgan said he wanted a scratch and sniff Playboy.
You had to read that out loud. You couldn't just let that one go by.
No, because it's pretty funny.
You had to let that one go by.
Nobody's going to know what scratch and sniff is unless it's our generation.
No, they're not. They're going to think it's some weird fucking thing, which the way you said it is anyway. There's not a Willy Wonka Playboy version that smells like grapes and applesauce.
Maybe they should.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If there was a Willy Wonka Playboy Scratch and Sniff magazine, after you're done scratching and sniffing, I'm going to warn you, it's very misleading. Very misleading.
But think about the record sales they would sell.
We are way into this farther than we're supposed to be. This wasn't even on my radar. The fuck you doing? Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, drag and drop. Coca-Cola Company has never filed a patent on their formula. Would you know why?
I want to know why.
Tell me why. Why do you think? Without reading it, tell me why.
I don't know.
Why would you think Coca-Cola never filed a patent on their secret formula?
Because nobody knows the recipe?
Well, they obviously know they're making Coke.
Not the original way.
They didn't file it because then they have to share it. They have to list it in the patent. So you can't you can't just, Coca-Cola can't walk in. We'd like to patent our secret formula. It's in this envelope. Just stamp the outside of the envelope, buddy, because you can't do this. So they never patented it so technically, if you knew what the formula was for Coca-Cola, you could make Coca-Cola, and if it tasted the same, you could go out and patent your formula. And then you could accuse Coca-Cola of using it. They would have to disclose it in a lawsuit, and you could own Coca-Cola. Now, it's just the way my brain's work, and I'm sure I'm the only one like that. It's just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. What do I know? But I'm saying there is a chance. That's all I'm saying. Oh, my brain works in mysterious ways. Dum-dum-dum-dum. So here's another one. Speaking of sodas, where was I when this stuff came and went? This stuff's already gone. It's already off the shelves as far as I know. I was reading the article. It sounded like it was already done. If it's coming out, I want to try it. A&W, this is dedicated soda lovers can purchase barbecue sauce and marinade in their favorite bubbly flavors. A&W, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, another Dr. Pepper. Why is it 2 Dr. Peppers? Oh, one's a barbecue sauce and one's a marinade. Now, I wouldn't want a root beer flavored prime rib. I got to say that. I don't want a Dr. Pepper T-bone. However, what about taco meat? Huh? What about some hamburger meat? It's got a little twinge to it. What about a flank steak? You just cut it. Wouldn't you like, is there ever a chance when you could like it? You know, there's so many people shaking their heads right now. I can almost feel it. Dr. McDreamy is going, oh my God, I just got away from the fucking sodas and he found a way back in. Dr. McDreamy shaking his head about as hard as he can. He gonna need to see a chiropractor when he's done. Boom, boom, boom. But I'm just saying. There's
lots of recipes where they put Coke in a recipe, and I come across them a lot.
Yeah, but aren't they baking recipes like your Mountain Dew cake?
No, there's some for marinades.
All right, well, all I'm saying is that I think that's pretty clever, you know,
yeah.
if there's a way to do it. But what do I know? All of you, so the good moderators can put up the link to Wordle. Make sure you guys are playing Wordle with us. There should be a Wordle Discord, and a Wordle link and a Discord link, because we play Wordle as a group of us, and we put our results, copy and paste them into Discord. It's a lot of fun. All right. Also, what's coming up, you guys have asked me about these. Remember buttons? Remember buttons you used to wear in the 80s? You put them on your jackets, you put them on your backpacks, sometimes on your shirt, little 1-inch buttons. This one's more like a 3-inch one, but this is a print. Anyway, this is staff. There's Trippy Pineapple, Josh Maddox, Disney Kid, Disney Mama Sammy Joe, and then Mrs. Fort Watton. So if you guys, that's gonna come up for sale, and there's a few bucks. I think they're like $2 each or something, and you buy them as a set. But that'd be kind of cool to have those. You can put them somewhere, put them on your wall. Now, don't worry, we didn't get left. You didn't leave everybody out. Gen Z Kid Briggs, the General. Got to admit, mine's pretty badass. Yeah, mine's badass. Gen X Mom, Mama X, your queen there. The Sun Valley Fox has one. You can't see the other part of his. It says Sun Valley Fox on the other side. Sun Valley Fox, SFF. I was going to put a J in there. And then the Gen X Talks logo, because there's all we did to fit in there. Those are coming up on the website. Those should be fun. You probably won't sell a ton of them, but for those of you that like to collect, that's a good collector's one to get there. Also, for those of you following along the Kids Jukebox Show, I got 2 emails today about his playlist. He doesn't put his jukebox show in the jukebox play. Like this show, when you go to watch it, it's in the Bottom of the Glass Nation playlist. He doesn't put him there ever. I went back like 6 months. He never bothers to put him in there. So I started relabeling and putting him in there. And then you guys complained that almost all of his logos are just the same generic, whatever YouTube figures out. So because once again, you have a gifted and talented and caring person, I'm changing all of his jukebox shows for the month of February. It'll all have pink with the blue hearts and the date on it. And the ones going back to January, I'll have the red ones. That way it'll be easier for you guys to find. The ones that he doesn't get canceled on, just letting you guys know. Now, before we go any further, I want to try something with you guys. I want to trial and error for you. Ready? Let's go down to the phone number. Where's the phone number? Got to find the phone number, and I can't find the phone number. Facebook page, this podcast, the jars up, and what's the webcam? Premium Blue, Untitled. Come on, there's got to be a goddamn phone number in there. There it is. Is that the phone number? Boing. Yeah, it is. All right. Now, here's why. I have the Gen X Talk cell phone in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers. Some of you get that joke. And I'm going to put up a picture. I'm going to set the phone down so we don't know who's going in first. I'm going to put up a picture, and you text your answer. What is this a picture of? This is a sneaky picture, but once you know, you know. What is this a picture of? Send it to the phone. Text your answer to 805-460-5603. Just give me the answer. Let me see if you get it. I'm not picking up the phone. I'm not reading. I'm just going to flip the phone a minute. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to see you got the right answer. Text your answer, whatever you think this is a clever picture of. All right? And the way it's all just heat shrinked and jagged in there, I'm going to say it's my ex-wife's hoo-ha, but what do I know? All right, here we go. We're going to pick up the phone. I can feel the vibrations coming in. Just wondering what you guys were thinking on this. What is this? Dum, 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 dum. And before we answer, Gen X Mom, we're going to get your opinion on this. Go back to here. All right, things are coming. All right. Gen X Mom, what do you think that's a picture of?
The first thing that came to mind was a music video, but it's not.
Yeah, an 80s music video. It
almost reminded me of the Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson one, but it's not.
No, but it's a good guess for an 80s video. That is exactly what a lot of people were guessing online when I saw it.
But it's a...
Do you know?
Can I say it? I do know.
Okay, go ahead, because I'm going to see who's got the first one. Go.
A cheese grater.
That is the inside of a cheese grater. You're right. Now, let's see who got that right. Oh, you know who got the first wrong answer? Wow. Danny Holcomb said it was the inside view of a bathroom plumbing escape hatch on the Titanic. So no, Danny H, you couldn't have been more wrong. I mean, are you okay? Danny H, not even close on that. So who got that right? And scrolling down to the very bottom here was Deb Ninehouse. Cheese grater. Hers, Christopher Sevics, came in right at the exact same timestamp right there. Bum, bum, bum. And Jeremy Underhill. They all got the cheese grater. So I just thought I'd ask. It wasn't a big deal, but I just thought I'd ask what that was and see if you guys knew. You guys weren't as dumb as you look. None of you are. All of you are very beautiful.
Jason Ray said sledgehammer video, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, that would have been another one.
I can see that too.
Yeah. So I hate clicking on these things. You guys know that things come up on my phone. Click or don't click. Click or don't click.
He always clicks.
I don't always click.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. And then you go down a rabbit hole. Don't just admit it.
I don't always click.
Yes, you do.
I am a master of self-restraint. I am the epitome. Posters and trophies should be awarded to people with my picture on it for self-restraint. That's an important issue.
Danny H is, I'm throwing the bullshit flag on that one. Too much bullshit on the field. 15-yard penalty. Repeat, fourth down.
Danny H just got problems. I kind of foresee in Danny H's future lots of problems since he tried to burst my bubble about Aunt Jemima. I'm going to let you know I think Danny H in for a rocky road. I don't know. It's just something's wrong inside his brain. I don't know. He got triggered or something. He's more medication or maybe a little less. I'm not sure. Danny H got problems there, but anybody who thinks that's the toilet of the inside toilet of the Titanic's got issues. It never came to anyone's mind. Thousands of entries. No one thought of that. Letting you know, this is where, his wife is now moving her chair away from his 1 inch at a time because she's got to create a little distance there. I mean, who would want to be married to Mrs. inside the toilet of the Titanic? Nobody. No one would want that. If Danny H got problems there, tell me Aunt Jemima ain't coming back. Can't believe you said that to me. All right. So here's the minimum salary required to be upper middle class in the 5 richest states.
What's the 5 richest states?
Well, it didn't matter because I went to the part of the puzzle that showed all the states and it gives you their average. And I went in there and I want to know, do I make enough money to be middle class? That's all I wanted to know.
In which state now?
Just on the average, the richest ones obviously are California and New York. Those are the hardest ones because they're the most expensive to live in, blah, 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 blah. And then you get down to the least expensive one is, of course, where Josh Maddox lives in New Jersey. It's just this bumper car, tent, canoe, bumper car. It's that area. And that's not very expensive. And then, so I'm kidding, he doesn't live in a bumper car. Anyway, so I go through the whole average on this, and I want you, my fellow friends and fellow Americans, to know that I just slid across the line at lower middle class. I made it, though. I'm in the fucking middle class, and you can't kick me out. I ordered my cap. I ordered my patch for my sleeve. Lower middle class I qualified. Fuck off. Anybody else? I don't care. I made it, so it didn't matter. Yeah.
This is a great statement.
Okay.
Noel goes, I stopped being middle class the day I moved out of my parents' house. Isn't that true?
Yes.
That is so true.
Hold on here. Got to resituate the boys here.
Very true statement.
So I'm not kidding. I went through the whole procedure, put in the numbers, and figured out, and slid right across the line on my ass. But lower middle class, poor middle class is still middle class. So fuck you, middle America. I'm part of you, whether you like it or not. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Now here's a big controversy coming up. They're going to release at some point the Epstein client list. And it's right here. It says Epstein client list may finally be ready to release by the AG Bondi. It's sitting on my desk right now. Well, but we've heard that for 2 or 3 days now. But at some point, it's going to come out, because what you can't do is you can't talk about, I'm going to release it, I'm going to release it, I'm going to release it, and then you never release it. Then you lose credibility.
Boy, has Hollywood been quiet lately.
Well, I was starting to think about this. Because, the big one on the list is Tom Hanks. Mr. Wholesome America, Tom Hanks. And I started thinking...
Mr. Wholesome America? He'd be like...
He's Forrest Gump.
Yeah, well...
He is Wholesome America, don't you? He saved Private Ryan.
Okay.
He's got a 50 IQ in Forrest Gump. Okay. He survived Apollo 13 and still made it back. All right. I don't know what your problem is with Mr. Hanks, but he's done a lot more than you have. So shut up. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me continue. The big name. I said that with a straight face. You can't take it back. The big one on the list is Tom Hanks. There's more, but I started thinking about this. I put myself in Tom's place. What would I do if it came out and my name was on the list? My name was on the list. The general went to Epstein's Island 13 times, and it shows the dates, the times, the logs, everything. What would I say? How would my Gen X brain begin to talk about it? Excuses. How would I tell my wife? Well, the first thing you could say is, well, that list is wrong. I don't know who wrote down that list, but I wasn't on those flights. In fact, this one right here, I was in Jamaica filming something. I wasn't even on that flight. I wasn't even there. I'd go that route, prove I was there. That's just a list. Prove I was fucking on the plane.
You know what? I would rather him be honest and went, yep, I went there.
Well, but no. Hold on. Let's think about this. Why is it a big deal? This isn't like you just visited a brothel, outside of Clark County. This is something where they were trafficking teenage girls.
Yeah.
So you can't just admit to it. You can't just go, well, I was there. That you can't say that. This isn't just prostitution. This is bad.
Don't make something up.
So I'm just letting you know where my brain went. If I was stuck in his position, first I would deny. I said, nah, I didn't do that. I wasn't on those flights. I don't know who wrote that down. Whose log is this? Who wrote the log? I wasn't there. I didn't do it. Is this some sort of manifest that's stamped by 10 people that saw me? That's the first thing I'd say. What's the next thing? Say, all right, they have pictures of me on Epstein's Island. Yeah, I was out there. I was just fucking all these girls, but none of them were underage. If that was going on, it was another part of the island. That wasn't me. Underage girls? No, not me. That was that guy over there. That was this guy. He could just say that. Every one of them could say, first of all, I wasn't on all those flights. I didn't go 13 times. All right, you caught me. I went 6. But out of those 6 times, I didn't do anything with any underage boys or girls. Maybe shouldn't have done it. Probably wrong. Get in trouble. But I didn't do anything with any how are you going to prove that they were the ones that did something with an underage kid? How are you going to, how could you ever prove that? The logbook doesn't say that. The logbook doesn't say Tom Hanks was here 13 times and times 7, 9, and 11, he was with a 15-year-old girl named Susie. It doesn't say that. So what is this list really going to tell us that we don't already know? I mean, what if the list that has been circulating around that we've all seen that's kind of chicken scratch together, what if that's the list? What if they go, oh yeah, the one you guys have already seen that was leaked 2 years ago? Yeah, this is the list. Here it is. What does that tell anybody? Because everybody on that list can say, I didn't go all those times, and all right, I was fucking around, and I probably shouldn't have been, but I was not ever around, and I never saw any underage girl stuff ever. Unless they got to the island and got surveillance tapes or something, if you don't have proof, there is not one person on that list that should be worried at all. Just deny it. Go, well, okay, you caught me, but I was with 21-year-old swimsuit models. I was not anywhere near. Everyone could say that, and then where does it go?
Shy is saying, don't forget Epstein had video.
Yeah, but all they're talking about is releasing the list. That's it. That's the big thing right now. We're going to release the list.
Whoever visited the island, that's what
right.
they're releasing?
That's releasing the list of who was on the airplanes that went to the island. That's it. And you could deny that you're on the list. You could deny you went that many times. And if they pin you down and say, we got pictures of you getting on the plane, asshole. Say, okay, well, yeah, but I was just with above age consenting adults. And walk away. What are they going to tell you? And now, if you're part of the Catholic community, you're part of the Christian community, that could be a problem. People say, well, I'm not watching your movies anymore. You cheated on your wife. Maybe a couple people might get divorced. Maybe. But in the big scheme of things, if they can't prove that you did something illegal on that island, what is the list going to tell us? And why am I the only one bringing it up? Why am I the only guy saying, who cares about the list? And maybe it's just because I'm thinking of it from a dumb mechanic's point of view. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. To me, I never been to Epstein's Island. I didn't even know there was an Epstein Island. I never invited, never went, never gone, never will. But I'm just saying how I would think to react if I was one of those guys. I don't know why everybody who comes out on social media goes, hey, they're going to release the Epstein list. Why isn't there some jabroni like me going, who fucking cares? They're going to deny they went and deny that they did anything with under it, and who cares? I'm just saying this doesn't seem to be as big a deal. Also, the other one they're talking about is the JFK assassination. Did you already hear what Kash Patel had to say about that before he even took his job?
I do not recall. Senator.
You don't recall that, Senator? You know what he said? He said, they said, have you seen, they asked him point blank, have you seen the entire JFK file? He goes, yes, I've seen all of it. And he goes, well, I'm not going to tell you every little detail, but you're not really going to learn a whole lot new. That was the way he put it. Now, and what he meant by that, which is clear to everybody reading between the lines, it's everyone has suspicions on, who was involved and how they were involved. And he's just like, well, you're not going to really learn anything you don't already know, is what he said. So maybe even the JFK file is not going to be as big of a bombshell. We're gonna know the vice president was involved. The CIA was involved. There was more than one shooter. The grassy knoll guy's name. I mean, kind of the stuff we already know. Maybe they'll put a few names to it, but it doesn't sound like even with the JFK thing, there's going to be that much of. It's not going to. The country's not going to stop. All the lights in all the major metropolitan areas aren't going to turn red where everybody freezes for 30 seconds and we all gasp. It doesn't seem to me that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying I don't know. So what do I know? I don't normally talk with you guys about TV shows. Not a lot. Once in a while we do. But this one's over. It has come to its conclusion. And I want to tell you, as a big Karate Kid fan when it came out, all the places they filmed, and, he was a kid from Reseda. I lived a few blocks from Reseda, as did you. We both lived in the Valley, All Valley tournament. It was filmed at CSUN, where you went to college. You've been in that arena. You've been to those things. So, it really hit home for us just because of the familiarity with everything. It was a great story. And then the way they brought this back, and you listen to the interviews of the actors saying, we're never doing it. 30 years go by. No. And hundreds and hundreds of people approached them. Hey, let's make another movie. Let's make a TV series. And every story was wrong until these guys come up with this story and they approach the original cast and they say, hey, what do you think about this? And so you get the original Daniel LaRusso back in it again. Do you remember his name? The actor? Do you
Ralph
remember both?
Macchio.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio. Do you remember the other one's name?
Oh my God.
Who played Johnny Lawrence?
I know. Last name Z. I can't remember.
I'll let it come to you.
It's not.
It's not going to come to you?
William Zabka. Thanks, Ravens.
So they go to Danny, they go to Billy, and they had such a unique take. They went, we're in. And they have done, I think it's the 6th season now, And they kept bringing back characters, and they kept twisting the story. And I want you guys to know something. This may be more important than anything. I love going to movies. I go there. I'm not one of those guys who picks it apart. Well, that's not real. That's stupid. I wouldn't do that. Oh, did you see what happened there? That's not the way it went. That shouldn't have been. I'm not one of those. In fact, if you're one of those motherfuckers, I will punch you in the theater. Shut the fuck up. I can go to a theater and watch the old 1933 King Kong. I'm not sitting there going, those special effects are horrible. This doesn't look convincing. I want to be absorbed in the movie. I want to be part of the story. If the story's trying to get me mad, I want to be mad. If the story's trying to get me sad, I want to be sad. I want to be scared. I'm open to the entire experience of the movie. I'm there. I am a perfect moviegoer. Hit me. So when you go through the series of Cobra Kai, maybe there's, out of 6 seasons, there's 10 bumps in the road that someone could go, well, that's a little questionable there. Maybe. But not many. And it was so fun to watch, and it was so fun to go on that roller coaster ride all the way to the very end, where the two main characters, Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, are wearing their enemies' Cobra Kai uniforms at the end, and your heart's just pounding, supporting them. And you, if I showed you that picture, you'd go, no way. No way did that. Yes, it did. And it's such a full circle story. They added some things in with Miyagi. They CGI'd him, and it just, there was so much to it. I could not say enough about how much I enjoyed. I will probably sit and watch the whole thing one more time. But just so you guys know, I don't talk about those things that much. But this is Generation Next to the core. And it worked. For me, it worked incredible. You haven't seen it all the way through. I
have not.
Because I binge watch it till 2 a.m.
Yes, you do.
And you're such a weak person, you won't stay up with me.
I am.
You won't do it.
But you'll watch it 3 million times, so I'll catch up. That's how I watched all your other shows.
That's right. A little bit at a time. You grab, where was I? Yeah, you keep going there. So speaking of old school, boy, there's 2 different topics here I want to get to. But first, we got to cover something again, Sun Valley Fox era. I didn't think this was a real thing. How the fuck did that get moved over there? Let me move that back up. Drag and drop section of the program. It's official drag and drop time. Okay.
Dragon.
This drop. Is in 1972, AMC produced the Gremlin. Remember that car, the Gremlin? There was a Gremlin and there was a Pacer. And the Gremlin had a Levi's edition.
Nice. That's hot.
Yeah.
I'd date a guy with a Levi's Gremlin.
Would you?
Sure.
It was the color scheme was Levi's, and the seats were denim.
Ooh, hot.
The seats.
Did it have pockets too?
I don't know.
Levi's are the bomb.
Levi's were great.
They're still good.
Yeah, they're still good. But I mean, just this whole thing is like, I never heard of one, never saw one.
Bob McKinley says he remembers them.
I never saw one. Can you believe that there was none? When we got to driving in the 80s, there wasn't even one rolling around LA where we could go, holy shit, you got a Levi Gremlin? I would have remembered that. If some parent or grandparent had kicked a car down to one of our age group, I'd have remembered that shit. All the parking lots we hung out with, all the car clubs and stuff, I'd have remembered that shit.
I really like that hatchback window back there. That's hot. See that little hatchback thing going back there?
You don't? Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
You don't like the full thing that opens up?
Well, I think it does.
Is it both?
It does.
I wonder if it's both. I wonder if it has the full hatch and the window hatch that both open up independently.
It looks like it. I can see it. Or is that the bumper I'm looking at?
That's probably the bumper, but it probably still does. You're probably right. It could still do that. Only I see one hinge on it. But anyway, just let you guys know, I didn't know that thing existed. I can't take any calls from the Sun Valley Fox right now because his stories about stuff like this always start the same way. I was this girl I knew. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're right.
Every story. There was a girl I knew that her dad had every story. So he probably got 3 of these stories, but I'm not calling him right now. Let's see, where are we at? So there was a couple things in here. Speaking of old school and going back to the 70s and a little bit before, does anybody know who this is? I'm just asking. There's a quiz coming up, but this isn't the beginning of it. This is Gumby. Everybody knows Gumby. And he looks a little off right here, but this was the original version of the guy who made it. Now I can't remember the fucking guy's name. I was in there. All Oakley, Clive Oakley, or Oakley, somebody Oakley. I can't remember his name now. We'll have to look it up. Anyway, he made Gumby, and then he made the newer Gumby, this is the one we're more familiar with. And everybody he could go into books, which I thought was
I loved that part.
Amazing, because he could
he can go anywhere.
Yeah, he could go into any book with his pony pal Pokey too. If you've got a heart, then Gumby's a part of you. And he'd go into the book, and he's there. It's a whole world. He's in the book. When I was a kid, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. If Sun Valley Fox was around, he'd say that was the cat's meow, if you know what I mean. And it wasn't. That's a stupid thing. But you know what this guy also made? The same guy. He did Davy and Goliath.
Of course he did.
He did the animation for Davy and Goliath. Claymation. I love Davy and Goliath. I watched every episode 100 times. I saved the tapes on those. Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to put up a picture, and we're going to go for a phone now. I'm going to text the answer to what number? 805-460-5603. And I'm going to set the phone down, and then I'll pick it up and see who's got the right answer. I want you guys, I'll even give you a heads up on it. I'll give you a heads up before I show you the picture. We'll give all of you people at home 5 seconds to answer in text before I give the picture, because the picture, maybe one or two of you will get it. But I don't know. I'll give anybody who's a super sleuth, I'll give you 10 seconds. So this is the part where if St. Donna is ready to type, she can get in before anybody else, because the Sun Valley Fox may know the answer before I show the picture. I'm going to show a picture, but I'm going to ask a question first. We'll just do it to St. Donna, because nobody else can know. St. Donna, Gumby. Everybody knows Gumby and Pokey. But what other show did Gumby get his start? He was shown as an animated feature during another hit show. What was that hit show?
Before he became Gumby and Pokey?
No,
he had his own show?
Before he had his own show.
Oh, okay.
He debuted on another famous show. What show? Ask the Fox, type it in, you'll be first. Now, I'm going to show you a picture because you guys aren't going to know. What show is this? This show debuted Gumby and Pokey. Does anybody have any recollection?
I know who that is. Oh, my goodness. Everybody knows that one.
Not everybody knows that one.
I can sing the song.
Well, don't ruin it for everybody. I'm going to pick up my phone and see who's first. Now, if Donna was ready to go and the Fox knew the answer, St. Donna will have her first victory lap. But if she wasn't ready and no one knew, they probably know now. The phone's beeping. I can hear it. So before I go for the answer and see who's first, because I'm going to do the Johnny Carson. Ready? Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't even turned it on yet. Look, can you see? I haven't. Ready? Look at this. Not Danny H. You see how good that was? I'm right. No, do you want me to check again? Not Danny H. He wasn't first. No matter what, he wasn't first.
Oh, Shy is calling you a liar right now.
Why?
She says that's not the first appearance.
That was the very first appearance. He debuted on that show.
Okay.
I don't care what Shy says. What Shy know? Shy's not even a real name. What is it short for? Shylock? That's an illegal name, Shy. All right. So what show is it?
It's Howdy Doody time. It's Howdy Doody time.
Yeah, and because of course I'm right, I learned all about this today on the internet, and the internet's never wrong and doesn't
never
lie.
Wrong. Hasn't been wrong ever.
Ever. All right.
Oh.
So let's see here. Let's scroll down.
That is false propaganda you're spreading there.
False propaganda.
Misinformation.
Shiloh's calling right now.
Pick it up.
I don't have it set up. I don't know.
Just listen.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. No, it's not connected. Let me see if I can get it connected. Let's see if it'll connect. Hold on a second. Why are we going through this? She's fucking ruining my show. Let me see if it'll connect. It may not connect. It may connect. I don't know. Let's see if it did connect. And now I got to get the headphones. Hang on, Shy. Get the headphones.
Just for Shy.
Oh my God. Okay.
Because you love her.
Shy, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, my God, you've totally ruined my show. What do you want?
I am totally calling you out, sir.
Well, you can't call me out. I am just a reporter of the internet. Okay, go. What do you got?
Okay. 1953's film Gumbasia is the first appearance of Gumby.
Yeah. Well, Gumbasia, do you know why they called it Gumbasia?
No.
It was
Why did they call it
inspired.
Gumbasia?
It was inspired. He made it by Fantasia. When he saw Fantasia, he said, "I'm going to make something," and he made Gumbasia. But the first Gumby show, the first Gumby television series show, the first Gumby pilot that was ever showed was on Howdy Doody.
It's not what you said.
It's what I said. It's what I said. Shy, I love you, but I'm hanging up. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, but I'm hanging up right now because I can't stand you anymore. I love you. And I got to go, Shy.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. See? Once again, I'm right. She's wrong.
I love telephone calls.
I don't. I didn't even have it hooked up. We weren't doing any calls tonight. No calls. Okay.
Danny H, $2. General needs a new press secretary for research.
I'm right.
Just saying.
She's wrong. My heart rate's coming down. I'm going to take a drink of some refrigerated Hawaiian water.
Christopher Sevick, $5 for Shy calling him out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century. Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one evening and said the immortal words, "Chicks, man. Chicks." No truer words have ever been spoken.
Sandy has been a member for 28 months on YouTube. I'm late for a very important date. You can start the show now, she says.
Oh, well, thank God, because I gave up on Handsomes. I guess we're just waiting for Sandy to show up. So anyway, now here comes... I'm not taking any more goddamn phone calls. Yes.
Hey, Graham wants to know, is Sammy Joe the hoe?
Sammy Joe is not the hoe.
Is Cali Cat the $2 garden implement?
Cali Cat is the $2 garden implement. Who got that right?
Del Rathy.
All right, let's scroll down.
Wow, that was quick.
Let's scroll down to see... We got to see who got Howdy Doody first.
Okay.
We skipped right over that because Shy had to make a phone call. We had to answer the phone call about Shy the phone call. All right, scrolling down. Now let's see who was first. Not Danny H. Not Danny H. Not
What?
Danny H.
Did Danny H get under your skin today?
You missed the whole part about Aunt Jemima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the reason?
You don't understand my affinity for Aunt Jemima syrup, do you?
No, I really don't.
Not.
Well, I kind of do because
Not Danny H. Not Danny H.
used to collect
First
that stuff.
one was, boy, it's hard to. Oh no, there it is, right there. Who's Rod Axum?
Axum.
Rod Axum was first. He was
Rod
the first
Axum.
one. You know who wasn't on the list?
Who wasn't on the list?
Saint Donna. No, Saint Donna. That means she just grabbed a pen and was hitting the Sun Valley Fox for not knowing in time. That was the problem. But the answer was Howdy Doody. Good job there. Now, we're not done. No, I'm not done. Dum. Oops, that's the wrong one to put. Now, we're way past that. Let's go down here. Doom. Okay, turn this one off. Boom, can't move the mouse. All right. Now, we did the Davy and Goliath. We did the old school. Now, I'm going to put up a picture, and you guys have to give me the names of each one. If you give one name out of 5, it's like if I put up the picture of Friends, and I said, "Tell me the cast of Friends." I don't want just tell me the characters' names. Would you tell me? There's Joey. Okay. Characters' names, right? Phoebe. You would tell me, but if you just put up Joey and Phoebe, that didn't count. You got 2, didn't count. Not even reading your name. Don't even care. Answer all of them. Here's the cast. I will pick up the phone in a minute. I'm going to put the phone down. I'll pick it up when you can label everyone on the screen. The pink girl, I'm going to have to, I know her name, but I can't think of it. That's like Gumby's girlfriend or whatever. And I'll know when they say it, though, because I know it in my heart. Do you know any of them?
Yeah. I know some of them, but not all of them.
Do you know the yellow dinosaur?
No.
Do you know the little blue girl with the blonde hair? And don't say Sammy Joe.
No.
That is not the Sammy Joe version.
No.
Do you know the 2 red guys in back?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
And you know the orange horse.
No, I really don't.
And you don't know the pink girl.
I can't remember.
That's the only one.
It's been forever since I've seen Gumby.
This is a really good picture of those guys, though.
Yeah,
and
they are.
And it looks like it was taken on your kitchen table, is what it looks like. It was a zoomed in.
Looks like they're brand new figurines that someone bought.
Yeah, they look great. So this is a great. I'm keeping this picture. It's a good picture. And I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to see who gets
You have
all
a Gumby on your workbench.
on my shelf, yeah.
And a Pokey.
I glued them there because that was part of my childhood.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see what we got here.
Can't forget your childhood.
No, we can't. Okay, let's see. How'd you do? It's not Danny H. Not Danny H. Shiloh says Gumby Pokey. Yellow one is Prickle.
Oh.
Blue one is Goo because
Yeah, she used to
because I was
go into a puddle.
but I always used to say Blue Goo. That's how I remembered it. And then the blockheads, which everyone could just call them blockheads, and I'd have been fine. She actually knows their names. It's Goombo and Goomba, and then Minga is in her name. That's right. Minga was in pink. So now we're gonna see who else got that right there. Yeah, but Christopher Sivicki left one out. K7L3R, Gummy Pokey Prickle, the Blockheads, Good Minga. Yeah, that's pretty close. I'll give them that. Didn't say Blue Goo. Blockheads were fine. No, only 3 entries. I finally got to where I stumped you guys. Finally. And then Shy came and got it. And that's okay that she gets it right, because she was, up until that moment, she was 0 for 1. She screwed up the last one. She was 0 for 1. Now she's 1-1. She's batting 500 right now. So thank you to Shy. All right, where was I? Stuff to talk about.
While you switch gears, let me say a few things.
Go ahead.
Let me say, start at the top. Sean MacArthur on Facebook. Here's 200 stars for the General and Mama X. Enjoy this and be merry. Sean MacArthur gave another $200. Graham Gordon says tariff fee donations from Canada until Monday, $279. Disney Mama Sammy Joe is celebrating 30 months. General, you can't keep me away. Paper plates bend and fold easily. Christina Dvorak, member for 21 months. Love this bottom of the glass family.
I had her name. I had Christina's name written on the front page of one of our shows last week, and she didn't even show up. Her name was the title of the show, and she didn't show up.
That's too bad.
Broke my heart. Broken.
Diane Reed on Facebook. Love you guys. 500 stars sent.
Thank you very much, Facebook. Representing
TikTok
there.
is checking in with some gifts. Thank you, TikTok.
Appreciate you guys.
Scott Royston, $5. The General can't be wrong. He may be a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, but he can't be wrong, and he's handsome.
So that's spoken from a man who knows about Aunt Jemima.
And Christina Dvorak, $40. Boom. She probably wants her $40 back now that you just talked bad about her.
No, she needs to give me more to make up for my broken heart. She
Oh,
broke
my
heart,
goodness.
left me standing at the altar that night, never came through. I'm a very
Yeah, he
sensitive
cried
man.
all night.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Then Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships tonight on YouTube.
Thank you for doing that, Scott, giving everybody a chance to peek behind the curtain.
Now continue.
Okay.
Did you hydrate?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't lie to me. I'm a mom of 9 children.
Now I hydrated. You
9
don't have 9. I am not your 9th child. Quit telling people.
Yes,
You got to
are.
quit telling people that. All right. So this one's not a good toy. This is a toy that was in. Do you guys remember grocery stores, supermarkets? They were all food. Their toy section was not even an aisle. It was like 3 or 4 feet of an aisle, and they were the shittiest toys ever. You couldn't even sell them at the dollar store, and here they are at the grocery store. There was nothing sadder than kids standing and sitting in the toy section waiting for their mom to get done shopping at a grocery store. Those literally were the shittiest. I never got a good toy from a grocery store ever. Here's one that bothered me. Okay, there's one. This was the instructions on the bag. We pumped them up so you can read them a little better. This is a Batman squirt gun. It's a real thing. This isn't a fake one. Remove the plug from Batman's butt, fill with water, pump his trigger, and squirt your friends.
Oh.
For 49 cents, you can give Batman an enema. I don't know. Not a good toy. Just saying. Here's one that came out in the 2000s. You think that was in the 60s and 70s. You guys were stupid back then. All right. Here's one with Star Wars and Jar Jar Binks. You actually opened it up like a Pez dispenser. The tongue came out, really far, and the tongue was the candy. You would chew on Jar Jar's tongue. That was the candy. So let's teach kids how to French kiss a fucking weirdo alien that can't speak in full sentences.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Yeah, stupid. I know. I don't get it. I don't know how do these things even get? I don't know. Now, I don't blame the next toy on the designer. It's like a transformer. Okay, it goes from one object and you maneuver the toy around to another object. Okay, not a big deal. And this particular toy is a comic book hero, the Punisher. So in one version, he's the Punisher. He's a man, and you ting 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 ting, and he becomes a gun that you can fire. But the picture they put on the box was in the transition between the gun. They didn't push the gun down and shove it back up where it goes. So now we have the Punisher shapeshifter. It even says, in the interest of full disclosure, we should note that he's pictured mid-transformation.
I bet he is.
He's actually meant to shoot darts out of his ass. So
wow.
You can see the picture of the gun. That's what it looks like when it's all put together. And you can see the picture, but they didn't. But the picture they chose, the guy's like, no, stop right there. Let me take a picture of that. That's going on the packaging. Not sure what the fuck was going on with that one, but shouldn't have done that. Now, here's another one. True story. A stripper pole for preteens. It comes equipped with the little lace garland thing for your leg, and you got a little fake bathing suit there, and you extend the stripper pole up, and looks like it's made out of cardboard, so it isn't really going to work, but it's more of a prop. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Probably the people on Epstein's Island thought, we can get some 11-year-olds, get them working, but we got to get them to practice on the preteen stripper pole. Not sure what that was about. Not a good idea. Now, this one was a game. This was a board game. It sold one copy. And Danny H bought that copy. He raced home.
He's rich.
He raced home and said, "I can't wait to play this game." And it's kind of funny. No one wanted to play it with him, but he bought the only copy ever known. The sinking of the Titanic is now a board game, like Monopoly. And as the ship begins to sink, you have to get to a life raft, and you have to get a vest, and you have to get food and water, and you got to get on the boat, and then you got to get the boat away, or you're in the water, then you got to try to get out of the water, and if you roll the dice and land, and who thought this was a good idea?
What? There's the Oregon Trail game where you die of dysentery and all that other stuff.
I got it, but the Titanic sank in 1912. I don't care if you wait 150 years. This is not a good idea for a game. It's not something you would do.
Who sunk my battleship?
That's war. That's fighting. That's war. That's combat. That's man stuff. This hit a fucking iceberg. This is not man stuff. This is, I'm going to fall asleep on the piece of wood and you're going to drown in the ocean after you hit the big spinning fan guy going off the back of the boat. But, you're right. Danny H is a bazillionaire. He's got the only copy known to man right now. He still has it. It was a real game made by Ideal. Yeah.
Which was, Ideal was bought by who? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's an old one.
So he's got the only copy. Somebody else has the patent. I don't know if he can really sell that or not, but that was a real thing. Now, I want to finish out the program with a couple things. We got into a discussion. We've covered candies, we've covered games, we've covered foods, we've covered Hungarian shit, we've covered stuff that happened in the 60s and 70s and 80s. One of the ones we talk about, but we skip over because everyone's been there and everyone agrees, is McDonald's has had a lot of different foods they've tried. And people say it's a lie. I never did that. I didn't do that. There was
so many.
There was no McYogurt, and there was all these things, and a lot of them I have seen. I'll admit there's a ton I haven't tried, but there's a lot that I have seen. Here's some stuff to talk about that really did happen. I tried to get the right picture for you, too. This is an actual McHot dog.
Ugh.
Why would you say ugh? Now, I knew you were going to do that.
Because McDonald's is not associated with hot dogs.
That's what it was called. You're right. A McDog. That's what it was. How hard is it to make a hot dog? So you make a hot dog like everybody else. Big deal.
No.
It's a hot dog. A hot dog is a hot dog is a hot dog is a hot dog.
Nobody can match a Dodger dog.
Okay, other than Dodger Stadium, But this went away. You know what? I never had one.
I can't say that I did either.
I bet the Sun Valley Fox did. I think by the wrapping material with the little dots on it, I'm thinking that was late 60s or something. I'm guessing a little Partridge Family, Brady Bunch look to it. But I don't know. So another one, this is one you're not going to believe. This was before my time. I'd never even heard of it until I watched an advertisement on it today. That is not a fillet of fish. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a fillet of fish. The fillet of fish and this were introduced at the exact same time. This was supposed to hit some Catholics and Christians on a Friday night. They weren't allowed to have meat.
Is it a pineapple?
It is. How did you know that?
That's what it looks like.
How did you know that was a pineapple?
But fillet of fish, that's what Catholics have. Fresh Fish Friday.
I would never have guessed that was
Pineapple with cheese.
They grilled it. They put it on the grill.
Grilled pineapple is bomb.
And it's not. It's not like this. And you don't put it on your pizza either. Just let me get that out of the way. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. You know, the only pineapple that belongs anywhere is Trippy pineapple. That's it. Then the pineapple can just go away for all I care.
Trippy likes pineapple on his pizza.
This left. They got rid of this quickly. It's called the Hula Burger.
Okay.
And they kept the fillet of fish. Those two came out at the same time. Again, I'd have to go back to Sun Valley Fox and see if he even remembers these. I didn't have a McDog. I've never had a Hula Burger. This one was out for a year. And it was a flatbread. It was called the McAfrica, and it was a flatbread thing on there. And they introduced it when some part of Africa was going through a famine, and the backlash in Europe and Asia and Africa about sank them, from what the article said. I never even knew this thing existed. And it was a flatbread type of sandwich. It looks good, except for the tomato. It looks like it got some stuff. But that was a bad one. I got to be honest, I didn't hear about that one. This one I heard of. Never tried it. Says right there, the mixed spaghetti.
Ew.
Yeah. And you know how you take a commercial? McDonald's always makes their commercial. It's steaming and it's luscious and it looks good as the burger and the camera pans. This looks shitty even in the commercial. The best they could do to make this, and the McDonald's dude said, that's it. This commercial looks shitty. And the guy went, that's the best they can do. This is a dumb thing. And so they tried it for a year. I never tried one. I did see them. And you know where they got rid of them? You know where they still sell them? In the Philippines. That's like the number one thing they sell to this day is this. It's huge over there. And I never saw one in real life, I don't think. I know I never tasted one. Again, got to defer to some people to know. The last thing on the list, I had to double verify this. I thought this was bullshit. The McLobster sandwich. Ew.
Ooh.
McLobster. Again, you can't even make that look good. There was a thing called the McLobster, and it didn't last very long. And how do you convince someone in Kansas or North Dakota, we have fresh lobster in our McLobster? Well, yeah, but you only sell one a week. So how long has that shit been sitting in your freezer? Oh, no. Here at McDonald's, it trucks every day. Fresh lobster in our McLobster.
Fresh frozen.
And you're 2,000 miles from the ocean. And you only sell one a week. Bullshit, it's fresh. That shit's been in there a month before it makes it to that sandwich. I'm just saying, I've never even seen one. Don't remember them selling. I guess this was in the 90s, and I must have missed the whole fucking thing.
I'm glad I did.
Unless they were just in Maine. Maybe they just sold them in Maine.
Trippy says New England has them.
Well, Maine is in New England, so.
I know. Well, I wonder if he means like now?
Or had them. I don't know. That just is beyond me. But that's like when you go to Vegas and they tell you they have, there's fresh seafood. Like you look around and go, where's the fucking ocean, dude? What are you talking about fresh? Unless you flew them over here on an SR-71, they're old news now. They're not really worth it. So that's what I'm saying. That's what got me going on that stuff. Now, was there anything else we wanted to play? And cheese grater. We got that one, covered that one. Yeah, I think we got it all out there. We got some stuff. We covered. Oh, there was more. What?
I got a few things in the sheets.
Okay, go.
Christina Dvorak, $20. Hydrate, first of all.
All right, go.
Christina says she's been sick with back-to-back illnesses since Vegas. Finally feeling better. Sorry, General.
Oh, so she's blaming me.
And Shy is a member for 5 months tonight. And Danny H, $5. At this point, can we trust the general's verifications?
Absolutely. I have spoken. This is the way.
Certified grade A general.
That's right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So I got these black and white pictures from the 40s that I want to get into, but
Just go ahead.
no, because you and I are going to talk about them for like 30 minutes because there's a way of life.
Why don't you just do one?
Okay, I'll just do one. One. Okay, I'm not doing any more.
Just do one.
So now look at this picture carefully. And I got
It's been like show and tell today.
It's just this is under my skin for something, and it's the same reason with you. You're gonna remind you of this. You're gonna be on my side, and you're gonna be upset. Hold on. This is a Greyhound bus station. Now, it is first of all, it's very clean. It's very organized. It's well lit. None of the windows are boarded up. None of them are broken. It's
Digging the cigarette things.
They got ashtrays. They got little TVs. And everyone is dressed up. Everyone is wearing nice clothing to go on a Greyhound bus. Remember when you used to dress up to travel?
I used to think that was so elegant.
People would wear suits with ties and hats to get on an airplane.
Yeah, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. Do you remember the pictures of seeing airplanes and how much room there were in
sure.
them? It was elegant and wonderful.
Wide body, plenty of room. Even
they
in coach.
served meals.
Even in coach.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody dressed nice. Women wore dresses or nice slacks. It was, you dressed
Travel
up.
was elegant.
It was even the same going to the grocery store. You had to get dressed to go to a grocery store. I'm not saying you put on a suit, but there was a time in my life when you made sure, well, I got to do my hair a little bit here and get a clean shirt. You fuckers now will go to the grocery store in your pajamas, your flip-flops, no bra with one tit hanging out.
I can't do that.
Which I do appreciate, by the way. But you can't. Your hair's all done. Your kids are running around. Your kids they got slob all over them. They got pudding all over them. That is not the society that I grew up in. This is more like this. Where people dressed up to go places. It was like, even if they went to the grocery store, you went to Sears, you went to purchase a washer, a dryer, a refrigerator, a television set. You didn't come in there in your flip-flops with your underwear hanging out. You got cleaned up and you went and presented. You're conducting business. You were traveling. This is the way it was. These dudes got together to read the newspaper. They got the nice shoes on. They got colored match socks on. Women were the same way.
I remember my grandma used to fly to us to travel, to come. She flew from San Diego to Burbank.
Yeah.
And when I used to go to the airport all the time and see people dressed like this all the time, and she got off the plane looking very nice, like she was traveling.
I'm just saying that I have pictures like this for discussions. This one happens to be about that era with fashion and stuff, and it bothers me that nobody gives a shit anymore.
Christina Dvorak, $20. They offer you pajamas when you get on an overnight flight now, she says.
They better have a place to change and a curtain to sleep behind too. I don't want your satin clothes and your boobs hanging out, laying next to me, snoring up a storm with curlers in your hair in the seat next to me. It's not what I'm looking for.
See, now being a child of an aeronautical engineer,
yeah,
I do not fly in flip-flops.
No.
There's a reason.
Why?
Because if you get into an accident or have to get off the plane, you don't want to be running in flip-flops.
Yeah, that's why I change my underwear before I get on a plane, too. You get into an accident. My mother always warned me, if you get into an accident, they're going to see your underwear.
Yeah.
I always tell my mom, if I get into a car accident or a plane accident, my underwear is going to need to be changed anyway. That's what I told her, but what do I know? Again, I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. What do I know?
Oh, here, Firewood Art made a great one. When I worked in a retirement home, we had residents that would get up every morning and dress for breakfast. Suit and tie, dresses, hair, makeup done every day.
That is style. That is class. That is class.
They take pleasure. I cannot go. How many times have I told you I cannot go out in sweats?
No.
I just can't.
No.
I just can't do it.
I'm just telling you guys that some of these pictures that I have that are from the black and white era, they're funny in some respects. They're silly in others. They bother me and angry. And then there was this one, was the top of the list. This was probably one of the ones that hit me the hardest. It just reminded me of the culture and the mindset. Just, what's that fucking guy from Pennsylvania, the Fetterman, who shows up as a senator
Rude.
In a hoodie?
Yeah, that's kind of rude. Not to go to our
Or is he a
government.
congressman? Is he a congressman?
Doesn't matter.
I think I'm lost right now. I can't remember. Anyway, Fetterman's from Pennsylvania, and he shows up in a hoodie and flip flops
A little
and shorts.
disrespectful.
No, just you can't even. It's an era that's gone. I wish that would come back. I wish that pendulum would swing back the other way, where people took pride in themselves. Not every place you go is a Walmart at 2 a.m. There are places that command a little bit of dignity when you go around. I'm just saying. That's all.
Well, they're going to be making airplanes with double-decker seats. You know, there's a lot of seat area above you, so they're thinking of doing that.
I showed you that picture last year, and you said, no way.
Nope.
Where you're actually looking at the ass of the seat in front of you, because he's
not doing it.
He's 3 feet above you. Yeah, because they can bring you back. If you raise that seat in front of you 3 feet, you can actually bring it back to where it's this far from your face.
Yep.
So they can get more people in that way.
Not flying that.
What if some dude wets his pants and it gets all over you because he's right above you? What if some kid spills his drink or his bottle right above you? Goes down all over you. Fuck that. Oh. All right. Well, anyway, that's it. That's my show for today. How'd we do? We get to the end of it. Did we make it an hour? We did.
Let me see if I got anything over here. We are clean. The sheets are clean.
The light is green. The trap is clean. The sheets are empty. Is that all you got to say?
That's all I got to say.
Then say goodnight, Gracie.
Oh, wait.
What?
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I got something from the Sun Valley Fox. He's checking in.
She hadn't checked her phone in an hour. She probably got 20 things from him.
Oh, he goes, "Hi, sis. I remember Mom and Dad had to be dressed up to go into a Vegas casino."
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember about that.
Yeah, that's true, too.
That is true. True fact. Okay. Good night, Gracie.
There we go.
I'm waving to the camera like I'm on camera.
Yeah, she's over there doing one of these after she's told me, don't put me on camera. Well, that camera's ruined anyway. It's sorry. The Medusa look is over. That camera, we got to throw it out when it's done. But we'll find a new one and we'll get her all gussied up for next time. Anyway, your queen, Her Majesty the Queen, she'll be okay for you. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for stopping by. I don't know where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in this life. Number 1, wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side, baby, because I'm out.